What is up, everybody? Welcome to Virtual Redban number 710, the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. That's a lot to say. Happy Friday. We're going to take a look at that new phone. I got it this morning. I've been using it all day. Got some good first impressions of it. I got a lot to say about it. We'll get into that in a second, but happy Friday to you guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you're not watching the live Kill Tony stream, we'll talk about that in a second. But first, cheers to you guys. I'm having my first drink of the night, and if you are having a little adult beverage, oh, it's a bad sip. A little strong. I made it a little strong, guys. I'm going to put a little bit more Red Bull in there. Anyways, if you want to get a Death Squad shirt like the one I'm wearing right now, or a Death Squad mug, you know where to go, right? You go to deathsquad.tv, of course. There it is, deathsquad.tv. That has everything Death Squad, including at the very top, if you click on Shop Squad, it will take you to shopsquad.tv. There we got hats, shirts, mugs, stickers, and some brand new merch coming soon. We got some new shirts coming soon. We got 2 different new ones and a reprint. But anyways, check out shopsquad.tv. Those new shirts should be there in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. Keep your eye out on that. You go to shopsquad.tv, or again, just go to deathsquad.tv. And like I said earlier, every single Kill Tony episode could be found at deathsquad.tv, including this bonus episode that is live right now. We decided Cynthia, are you we decided to release this episode early on Friday today. This was our first arena show. Then we have the New Year's Eve show, which will be released Monday, our normal day. This one, this show. I like the second half of this show better. If I were to be honest, I like the second half of this show better. It started off kind of the bucket pulls, man. The bucket pulls can make and break an episode. But yeah, this episode, by the way, a lot of people are talking about the audio on this episode. Well, one, it's in an arena. It's going to sound a lot different than a comedy club. So just so you guys know that, that's why it sounds different. But also, this episode also had some audio issues, I think. I had to get rid of a lot of hums and buzzes, and you could still kind of hear them a teeny bit. But we also, when we did this, we were supposed to have our audio guy, Kino, who works at the mothership. He was supposed to get all these files, and we were supposed to, be able to remix it, and they fucked it up somehow. I don't understand really what happened on the first night. So we didn't really have anything to work with when it came to this episode. That's another reason why we kind of just released this as a bonus episode. But then I will say the next episode, they got that audio thing fixed, and we should have at least a little bit better sounding audio. Yeah, I was just watching the first hour of it, and of course I edited it. It's not bad. It's definitely a arena show and not a inside of a comedy club. I didn't. The audience was really hard to hear in this episode too. I don't know if it's going to be any different on the next one yet, but the audience sounded really quiet through the whole thing, when in reality it was just roars and constant laughter and stuff. And I think the reason why they had to do it because there were so many microphones on stage or something that they had to kind of cut out the I don't know why, but we'll see if this next one. The next one should sound better, and the next episode. The whole thing I really loved from the beginning to the end. So I can't wait for Monday. But if you haven't seen this episode, it's definitely worth checking out. Adam Ray as Dr. Phil. I mean, fucking hilarious, amazing. I got one good line in this episode. I liked my line. I'm talking to some kid and I asked if he likes slime. It's something kids like, usually younger kids, but the kid did not like that. He seemed pissed off at me after that. Little punk. Anyways, this is episode Kill Tony 647 right now. It is premiering right now on Kill Tony on YouTube. So if you haven't seen it, it's going to be available. It's on there right now. And every episode of Kill Tony can be found again at deathsquad.tv, and the links to the Kill Tony YouTube here and here. You could also click on Sunset Strip Comedy Club, which is my comedy club. Last night we had an amazing secret show. If you don't know, I have a show every Thursday called The Secret Show right here. And it is, last night we just had a amazing show. We had Jet Ski Jesse Johnson from Bad Friends. We had the great Sarah Weinshank was there. David Jolly closed it off. Brian Holtzman killed last night, destroyed. Just so many people on the show last night. And this weekend we have a bunch of shows. So if you are in town and want to check it out, go to sunsetstripatx.com and, or again, you could always go to deathsquad.tv. Also, real quick, if you live in San Diego, I am going on the road and I'm bringing Casey Rocket with me and a couple other surprises. That's July 18th through the 20th. So if you ever wanted to see me live and if you wanted to see Casey Rocket live, which I highly recommend, It's going to be at the American Comedy Company. You can go to AmericanComedyCo.com, and I'm there July 18th through the 20th doing 5 shows. So I'm going to be there all weekend. So come check it out. Say hi. How are you guys doing in the chat? Yeah. Mm. 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 Mm-hmm. Have you ever thought about doing a VR chat podcast? It'd be cool if in the new studio the guest headset and took people in the VR world. That's one of the things I'm doing with the new studio. I get the keys for the new studio Wednesday. It's going to be a pretty slow process though, because I'm not going to bring much over from my house, so I have to literally rebuy a new table and new stuff. There's computer equipment stuff here and mics and stuff that I'll bring over. But one of my missions is 100% to have a VR part of the studio for people to come over and play VR, because that's one of my favorite things to do. And I've done it before. People have come all the way over here to my house, and have done it before. We've had a few. Even William Montgomery came over once and played. And that is a mission that I really want to do. So having it downtown and like 9 minutes away from the comedy club, where we can just be like, hey, you want to head over to my studio and do some VR? Be good. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Okay. When do the goggles arrive? I believe. Oh, what's up? Loophole Cultures, and Dylan is in the chat room. Check out his YouTube page, Loophole Culture. Wait. Oh, you got to check out. By the way, you got to check out Dylan's latest video. I've talked about Dylan on this channel many times. Let me see if I can show you the video real quick. So Dylan just changed the name of his YouTube page just to make it really confusing, but now it is actually easier to find. Anyways, it's called Loophole Culture. There it is right here. But his latest video, which I believe it's this one, you got to check it out. It starts off with him showing how he has a foam mattress outside baking in the sun. This is, by the way, where he lives. He lives in a bus that he just travels around with his bikes. Rent-free. Solar collectors on the bus. Anyways, he has a really funny story about sleeping with a girl who happens to be a comedian. And it's pretty disgusting and gross. And the funny thing is, I knew about this, and there was a part where he said he slept with her again, and it happened again. The crazy thing that happened, I don't want to tell you, but I need to find out who this comedian girl is. I hope it's not the same one that I already know about. And it's pretty fucked up, because who does that? I'm not going to give away what happens, but you got to check out this video. It's called She Ignored the Stoplight. Look, this is Dylan right now riding down 6th Street. He's going to come up on the Comedy Mothership, I think right here on the right.
Going on a mission to find it with friends.
Nope. That's the Vulcan. There's the Vulcan. If you always wondered, you've heard us talk about the Vulcan gas company, where we used to do Kill Tony for many years, where I used to do my secret show. Just to show you, there it is on the right side. There's the Vulcan Gas Company. And so you literally go this way, 1 block up, and you can see it on the right side, the blinking lights. There's Joe Rogan's Comedy Club, the Comedy Mothership, right here on the right. Then you go 1 more block. this way. By the way, the more you go this way, the safer it gets. And then right here on the right, well, look at this. Right here on the right, the Sunset Strip Comedy Club. You go up. Ah! It's right. See where it says Happy Chicks Sunset? We're above this place called Happy Chicks. And so if you ever come to my club and you're hungry, I really recommend Happy Chicks. They are really good chicken, and their sides are amazing too. So, but anyways, check out his video. That's Loophole Culture on YouTube. Dylan, how are you doing, buddy? Yeah. It's not the same girl. I'm breaking news. Dylan is telling me it's not the same girl, which is even more disturbing. Dylan, I need you to text me the name of the girl. And do I know her? Do I know who this girl is? I want her name. I want to see what her Instagram looks like to see if I know this girl, because it disturbs me that it happened twice. And you need to stop. You need to just chill out, dude. You're going to get one of these girls pregnant, one of these crazy ass bitches. Drug addict bitches. Don't fucking date girl comics either. They're the worst. They really are the worst person to date. Seriously. What did she do? I'm not going to tell you what she did. You got to watch that video. It's fucked up. His story is fucked up. And he's just riding around town while telling this story. And I've never had that happen in my 49 years of life, what he talks about happening to him. And it has never happened to me. And I have been with probably even worse women than he's talking about. But still, that's not normal. All right, let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. Samsung Galaxy. Now, I am always been an iPhone person from day one. I've never not been an iPhone person. I have always had Androids, though, also. I'm a nerd. I've always had two phone lines. And most of the time, it's because when people want my phone number for like, hey, man, can I get your number? So, these people want to do a show or, for business reasons. I have learned from my friends that are more successful than me that you shouldn't give out your phone number to, clubs and comics and bookers and things like that. So I have always had two phones most of my adult life. One for like business and one for like my personal phone. And all right, Matthew in the chat, I'm going to give you a timeout because you're annoying the fuck out of me. Anyways, I've always had two phones. I've always had an Android phone and an iPhone. And I've always really liked Android phones, but I've never switched to an Android phone full time because when I do comedy and stuff, all my notes, like 15 years of notes, have been through the iPhone. My text messages, the blue versus the green thing, we all know it. And I just prefer the iPhone because I'm in the Apple verse. Everything I do is Apple. And while I've always loved Android phones, I've never been one to think that I could ever switch to one. Now, the closest phone to the closest Android phone that I've ever had that I was like, if I were to switch, it would be the Galaxy Ultra series. It's always been their flagship phone. It's always been their best phone. Here is the Galaxy Samsung S23 Ultra. This is the one that came out last year. Big fucking screen, big cameras. It has 100 times zoom camera on there. You know, you've seen people say, hey, look, I've taken a photo of the moon and dumb shit like that. But this phone and this series of phones, I have always been like, okay, this is, I think, the best version of Android that at least I have used. And I've always really kind of liked Samsung phones on it. Anyways, I like their foldable phones. I have a Samsung Flip also. The cameras are amazing. They always have been. But the iPhone also has always, I think, been amazing too with their cameras. And also the size, even though why I love the size of this big ass phone, it's also, I mean, this is the new, the latest iPhone Max. You know, this is the newest one, and I mean, it's still pretty big in the pocket. I mean, it's just, it's kind of a ridiculous how big it is of a phone. So having this in my pocket every day, I don't know, as my main phone, I don't know. It's never been, I just never have, I don't know. I just can't do it, I don't think. Now, this phone I've used for a year, and I love this phone, this camera and stuff. I really love this case. This is a Samsung case that you put your hand in, and it's kind of like stretchy. Samsung usually always has really cool cases that come out with their phones. Now, I got their new phone. It is not that different than last year's model. Hold on. Let's just take a look at the official trailer for it before we continue, so you guys can kind of see a little more to it. So here's the trailer from Samsung of their new phone. Now this will show you all the new features of it, and we'll talk about all this and show it to you in a second. So here we go.
New era of mobile is here with Galaxy AI, presenting the S24 Ultra, the first Samsung Galaxy AI phone.
Yeah, you're gonna, you know, we've been talking about this a lot, how AI is just everywhere. This is their biggest thing about this phone, is that it's packed with AI. And I'm going to give you a little tip or a little sneak peek. The AI is pretty badass.
Galaxy AI? I don't get it. Well, guess I'm gonna have to show them. Follow me for a live demo of our first feature, Circle to Search. It's a new way to find what you're looking for using just your finger. All you gotta do is circle it and find it. Find what? The lamp. Let me show you more. Landmarks. Circle it, find it. Ooh, landmarks. Thingamajigs. Whatchamacallits. Just circle it.
Cool.
I know. Whoa, I think I get it. Good. Next feature. With Live Translate, I can speak a bunch of languages with my own real-time translator. Let me call one of the engineers from Korea and show you.
여보세요? Hello.
Gina, hey, how are you?
난 잘 지내지. I'm doing well.
So, I need an expert to tell Stuart about the amazing processor.
나한테 그 완벽한 영상 있어. Oh, I have the perfect video.
This is the Ultra's new processor, Stuart. With our fastest NPU for seamless, efficient AI processing, and an enhanced GPU and CPU for epic gameplay.
Oh? Oh, sorry, I was just gaming. Check this out. So, dude, this processor gives you the best ray tracing for the most hyper-realistic graphics ever on Ultra.
It's crazy that phones have ray tracing on them.
Nice. Plus, it's easy to stay chill with Galaxy's biggest vapor chamber yet. All right, playtime's over. Aw. 'Cause it's design time. Ooh. Yeah, look at that. AI smart, meet titanium tough.
Now, if you don't know, iPhone this year, when they released their new iPhone, the biggest thing that the iPhone had was that they now went to a titanium body. So it's funny that this year Samsung's like, you know what, that's a good idea. We're going to do that also. And a lot of the other things, the little differences of that they changed on the phone are very, very iPhone-y. We'll talk about that in a sec. But they really are just stealing from each other, iPhone and Samsung, just going back and forth. It's pretty adorable.
Can I touch it?
With an enhanced, anti-reflective, scratch-resistant display. Dude, you ruined the beauty shot.
Just wanted to say, whoa.
You could have just said that. Moving on. Camera. So get this. The new Pro
Yeah, the new camera has AI in it also.
Visual Engine uses AI to deliver amazing colors, extreme detail, and easier editing. The first quad telesystem enables 4 levels of optical quality zoom and up to 100 times digital zoom, all enhanced by AI. Oh, and it's got a new zoom sensor with 60% bigger pixels and a wider OIS. So you can shoot ultra-stable 8K videos and 50 megapixel photos. Watch this. Whoa! With the S24's enhanced nightography, it's easy to shoot far, even in the dark. Then, you can resize and retouch your snap in a snap with generative edit.
See what she's doing right there, or what he's doing right there? Oh my God. He just literally picked somebody in the audience, moved that person out of the way, and using AI, it's going to redo the photo.
Wordplay.
Boom.
Look.
So there you have it, Stuart. Galaxy AI is here. And it's a whole new way to do epic things. Just like that. So, do you get it now?
Whoa, there's so much I
Don't worry. I summarized it for you.
By the way, that last thing is another feature that's pretty crazy. You could do, so what this is showing, that you could do this thing where if, say like you're in a meeting, you can put the phone on the table. It will record and translate everything that the person is saying. And it will know when different people are talking and write it out as like person number 1 said this, person number 2 said that, like a script. And then say like your meeting's 10 minutes long. You have it all written out, the whole meeting for you as a script. But then you could highlight the whole thing and tell it to summarize it. And AI will take all the information, summarize it. You could also text. Like, say like I'm sending you a text. You're breaking up with your girlfriend, and I send you a huge long text. I can highlight that text and have AI rewrite it like professional, or no, I want it to be funnier. I want you to rewrite this angrier. Or you can even have them write it out like social media style, where it'll take certain things that you said and be like hashtag breaking up, and write it out as like a tweet, with, including hashtags that it finds would be suitable for that text. I mean, the AI part of it, 100% is the craziest, biggest feature of this phone. Now, let's take a quick look at the actual phone. I have it right here. And also just to show you how not much different it is from the last year model. Now, I got, here, let me pull something up real quick just so you guys can see. There's different, there's different colors of the phone, by the way. Especially if you go to Samsung's website instead of buying it from like T-Mobile or Verizon. Samsung always has different colors. Now, the green is what I got last year. And because I'm one of those guys, I never give a shit what color the phone is, really. I usually always buy the one that I think is going to be rarer one of the ones that I think people won't buy as much, just in case if I ever want to eBay it, it would be the more rare color, and it usually makes more money. But anytime I get one of these new phones, I just trade it in. This, I traded in for $750 off this new phone, so it made it super cheap. I just do that every year. Anyways, there's green, there's what they call blue, which is a very light blue, creepy orange. Who wants that? This is the one I got. This is called titanium violet. It's like a little purple, but honestly, in person, it looks more like a dark gray. But if you go outside in the sun, it does have more of a purple look. The yellow, which was one that I almost got also, the black and the gray. Honestly, I think the gray and the black are probably the two other ones I like. Yeah. Anyways, here it is in all its glory. You can kind of looks purple here, depending on the light. Very similar to the one I just showed you, right? The last year model. The screen, smaller borders than last year. Like there's barely any border there. I don't know if you guys can tell that. Like look, there's barely any. Hold on, let's get to a website or something. Yeah, the borders on the side, pretty crazy. Now, everything else is pretty close to the same, except that last year, here's last year's one, by the way, just to show you how ridiculously similar. They are literally the exact same, except different material now. What was I just about to say? Hold on, what the fuck was I just about to say? What the fuck was I just talking about? Oh my God, my brain hurts right now. I hate when that happens. Oh God. Anyways, here's the last year one, and I don't know what else to say about it. It looks exactly the same, but that's what I was talking about. So this is the last year model. The big thing is, like, if you can't really tell, I mean, it's almost impossible, but the screen it's like a round screen around the edges. It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys can tell that. It's kind of curved on the sides. So the whole screen's got kind of a curve feel to it. Well, this year, they pretty much just decided, no, we're going to make this just like the iPhone. Now the screen is not curved anymore. It's just a flat piece of glass. So it gives it this is a square, very sharp corners and just flat, which I kind of like. And like, if you look at an iPhone, it is pretty much just a big ass iPhone almost. The iPhone's the same way. It does the same kind of thing with the, it's just flat. I mean, now this is curved, which I kind of like that, but whatever. Now, design-wise, not much different. Everything else, the camera-wise, pretty much the exact same cameras. It's a little confusing. The zoom, they went down a notch, but it's got a new sensor in it, so it's supposed to be the same, which I don't know if I buy. Honestly, there's reports that the camera on this phone is not as good as the camera on this phone, but only by a teeny bit. But I don't know if I buy that. It's pretty much let's just say it's the exact same camera. The stylus on the bottom matches the color of your phone. So mine is now lost forever. So pretty much if you get a yellow phone, you'll get a yellow stylus. This one just has a version of the color. They changed the operating system to look pretty close to what a iPhone looks like. It's almost like they're just copying each other left and right. Like, it's pretty crazy. Now, first, before we get into some of my first thoughts and things that we've done with it, I want to talk about cases. I've always really loved all of the cases that Samsung always releases with the phone. Like I said, last year's case and the year before it, some of my favorite cases. Now, for some reason, Samsung always does this. If you pre-order one of their phones, they always give you all these extra credits. And like they gave me, I think, $200 in credits if I pre-ordered. So you can order, like cases for it. You can order like docking stands for it and stuff. And this year was the same, but they didn't have anything really, like everything. They didn't really have anything except cases and stuff that I didn't need, like wireless chargers and stuff. I'm like, I got enough. I don't need any more wireless chargers, right? So this year I was like, I don't want any of this. So instead of just not getting anything because it would just go to waste, I decided to get all the cases for this phone. And unfortunately, this kind of case with this hand thing, they don't have it this year. They have one, and I didn't even bring it up, that looks like a pop socket. One of those round things on the phone. I hate the case, just sucks. They always have this really cool, what they call a smart case. Now, this is the new one, where it has a little slip for your credit cards, like if you want to use this as a wallet. I am always against that shit, because if you lose your phone, you're losing your wallet also. That seems like a bad idea. So anyways, the cool little trick that this does is that when it's in the case and you close it, see what it does there? It does a little magic trick where it knows that the case is on. And so this is nice. I like this. And if you're somebody that uses like a wallet or something like that, I would recommend that one. Now, I also got just a basic clear case, plastic case, which is fine, I guess. But the only case that I liked is just this basic rubber type case. It's like a hard rubber. It's pretty much exactly the same case as this one that I like, but without the band on it. So, unfortunately, this year they really dropped the ball on cases. But with the case, there it is. I like this case. It's just basic, simple, so not that exciting, right? Now, let's talk about today. I got this phone this morning. Samsung has or Android, Samsung, whatever, has a really great transfer process. I pretty much just put my two phones together, and they recognized that there were two phones together and one was new. And it was like, is that your old phone? You want to transfer it? And just wirelessly, it transferred my whole entire phone, all my photos, everything just transferred. It took about 10 minutes. And this phone pretty much was just like my old phone. Everything transferred. It was amazing how easy that shit is now. So today I used the phone all day long. I went to the grocery store. I went out to eat with my girlfriend. I tried some of the AI stuff out. And a lot of it, if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably already seen all this already. But let's just take a look at some of the stuff that I did today. So if you haven't followed me on Instagram, my Instagram's Redban, obviously. And a lot of this is my stories that we're going to look at. Let's just go back. Okay, so here is the first video. This is me just unboxing it. I mean, the purple and everything just looks great. I mean, outside you can't really tell, but like if I pause it right here, like in the sun, I mean, just look how clean that looks. Just nice. The matte on it is really nice. And it doesn't show fingerprints, which seems insane. The front of it, it has a new display that's super bright. I forget how many nits it is. I want to say it's like 2,800 nits. It's brighter than last year's model. The screen is definitely brighter than last year. It looks amazing. Resolution looks amazing. And the glare, it has, I got a screen protector for it also. I never used screen protectors, but it was free. And they just sent it to me. And I was going to put it on, but I've never used one, you know, and it's this anti-glare screen that it comes with is actually really good. It is very impressive. Their new screen, glare-wise, like for being outside, it has, like, it really kills the glare, and it's so bright. This is somebody that's outside a lot. You use your phone outside a lot. This is the phone for you. Now, here is the next feature. This is me, first time I used it, trying out the AI. I was on Joe Rogan's Instagram, because if you don't know, me and Joe are nerds, and all we do is text back and forth shit about phones. Like we're dorks. Me and Joe just dork out all the time, and like yeah. So we're just sending texts back and forth about this phone all day. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go to Joe's thing and try this feature out. So look, this is Joe's Instagram. I push this button on the bottom. I hold it down. It goes into AI mode. So now I take my stylus, or you could just use your finger. You don't need to use a stylus at all. I just circled Joe's shirt. I want to know what shirt this is for Joe. Can I buy this shirt? Boom. First thing that comes up is his shirt. And then it also brings up a bunch of shirts that look like the shirt that he's wearing. So if it's like you want to see what other shirts there are that are in the same kind of style, but the first one that came up is the shirt. Click on it. There it is. Pretty cool. Like, it worked. I mean, and that was not planned. That literally was the first time I used it. And I don't know about you, but there's been so many times where I'm watching a video and I go, wow, what is that in the background? What is that shirt that person's wearing? What is that thing behind me? And I've even gone to the point where I've taken screenshots and I've cropped out the thing I want to see and then gone on Google and reversed image searched it. And sometimes that works, you know. That's pretty much the same thing that I used to do, but it is doing it just like circle it. There it is. And it was really fast. I don't know if you guys saw that when I searched it, how fast it did it. Look at that. Watch when right when I circle it, how fast it actually found it. Pretty fast. I mean, what is that? 1.5, 2 seconds. Pretty amazing. So that alone, I think, is my favorite feature right there. One of my favorite features, just being able to do that, being able to like see something in a YouTube video or see something on an Instagram, and it literally, all I have to do is circle it and it finds it. And it's also things like if you want to know, like if there's a plant outside in your garden that's growing and you're like, what is this plant? It does plants. It does trees. It does anything. It's pretty ridiculous. You know, it won't be able to find your dad cycle, Cleveland. Actually, I take that back. That would be cool. If you had a photo of your dad, you could probably circle his face and it'll be like, oh, there he is on Facebook. So who knows? It worked pretty well when I tried it. Now, other than that, like I said, I went out to eat today, and I'm a foodie. You know me, Foodie Brian. But we went to get some amazing Korean barbecue today at Honey Pig, which is a place that I fully support and love here in Austin, Texas. They also have locations a lot of locations in California and stuff like that, and throughout. I met the woman that runs this, and she's adorable and amazing. Anyways, I was testing out the new camera, and it looks great. Very, very good video. But there's something in this video that I want you to notice. If you didn't notice. One thing I have noticed, and this is just my first day of using it, so I don't know if this is something that maybe it could be fixed with a software update, or if this is just one thing I've noticed about the iPhone versus this phone, is the iPhone really does have some of the best video. I would say there's not a phone that can beat the video of the iPhone still, including this phone, including this Samsung. And one of the biggest things I love about the newest, latest iPhone Pro is the stabilization is amazing. When you're holding a phone or when you're zooming in and you're just doing, like, it does a really good job, like, taking out that extra jiggle. Now watch this video again and notice when I zoom in how it just becomes kind of jiggly and stuff. And maybe there's a setting that's turned off or something like that. But now let's watch this again. That's one thing I noticed today. The stabilization. Right here, watch. Watch when I zoom in right here. Now, see that? See how it's just shaky? And you can still see, like, just looking at this meat, when I zoom in, it's shaky. But still, overall, image quality, pretty amazing. Oh my God, that's my favorite meat ever right there. This is my second favorite meat. God, I love Korean barbecue, guys. If you guys don't go to Korean barbecue at least once a month, you're crazy. If you've never been to a Korean barbecue and you like meat, you're crazy. Go find one in your local town. Go on Yelp, look at the reviews first. Go to a good one. Some of the best. It's like amazing. And you get so many little dishes of food every time you go. You get like kimchi, you get like 6 different things, 10 different things, just like little dishes that just are free when you go there. But yeah, you can kind of see the shaking. It's not great, especially when you zoom in. It just seems too shaky. You know what I should have done? I should have filmed the exact same thing with my iPhone just to show you, because the iPhone's not that shaky. Here's down the snack aisle. Also, you might notice, depending on what you're looking, if you're looking at this on a good monitor or like a MacBook or a good phone, you might notice that this video quality seems a little bit nicer than like a normal Instagram. And that's because Samsung has hooked up with Instagram, and they're the only phone that I believe that allows taking HDR videos and putting it on Instagram. So if you see like these videos shot on this new phone, like if you look at my Instagram on a proper monitor, like you'll see the difference. Like I'm seeing it right now, and so I could tell the blacks are blacker. You know, everything looks a little bit different than a normal video. See, like this just looks a little bit better than a normal video on. But I could tell just looking at this, like there's like a deepness and a richness of the color. And by the way, banana kicks. If you like bananas, it's like banana Cheetos. All right? It's fucking amazing. I don't usually like the taste of fake banana, but this just has the right amount of just banana flavor. It's great. Banana kicks. They're on Amazon too. Asian snacks are the best. Look at that little idiot. There's the hot dog that we all know. Just this is just random video I'm recording, but I mean I can tell. I don't know you guys watching this on YouTube or whatever, Twitch and X can tell, but like I can tell on this monitor I'm looking at that it's just a little bit. The colors just are a little, and the blacks and everything just seem a little bit better. But that stabilization, man. Look at her. Yeah, this was just random in the middle of H Mart, which is a Asian grocery store, which is just great for snacks and meat and vegetables, like way better than most grocery stores. But they just had this weird Harry Potter part where it had all this Harry Potter shit and like Harry Potter candies, like these wands. Like Harry Potter wands are just made out of chocolate. It's weird. Milk chocolate wand. What the fuck? And that was butterbeer. No, you Harry Potter nerds. I'm not really a Harry Potter person, but I do appreciate how weird this was. Just all this like Harry Potter candy bars with, I don't know, just weird. And that flying ball thing, the snitch, what was it called? Golden snitch. All right. Anyways, so my use of it today has been pretty amazing. Now I wanted to do a live demo of something just to show you how good the AI is. Let's hopefully see if this works. God. All right. I want to open up the camera. I want to take a picture of something. Let's see what happens. If we do it live, let's see what it looks like. I'm ready to take a picture of this predator mask that's behind me. There. Let's see if I could get in the view so you can see. All right. We zoom in. I'm zooming in at 3.4. Okay. Let's do that. Okay, now let's look at this photo. I took a picture of just my wall over there. I got a predator mask, got a lucky cat with a Wendy's wig on it, and I got DMT molecule thing. I also got, see that big tower thing? That's a camera for VR. But I also, this Dyson fan right there in the middle. That's, it just seems annoying. I wish that wasn't there. And that thing that's hanging right there next to it, I wish that wasn't there either. Let's just try to erase it using AI. So I'm going to, I'll try to do it so you guys can kind of see it. Let me see, how do I do this now? Oh, hit this edit button. Right here, hit this edit button. Boop. And I could use the stylus, but I'm not. So there's this AI button right here, this blue button. Boop. All right. Now I am going to draw a circle around that stupid Dyson fan on the bottom. And that thing that's next to it. It's like a... Okay. It found the Dyson thing. So right now it has pretty much... Let me just actually try something else. All right. Oh my God, I fucked up. Okay, I'm just going to try this one more time. Okay, so I didn't draw good enough. I'm going to draw that. Okay, so hopefully it's selected. I think if you can't tell, there's like little dots around it, like it detected it. Now I'm just going to move, actually, I'm going to hit this button and delete it. Sorry, it's hard to do while I'm looking at you. All right. I think that it's got it. Now it's doing AI. I don't know how good this is going to be. It left the shadows. Here's what it looked like before. But it left the shadows. That didn't work great. All right, let's try something else. Let me try another one. Maybe let's try one that doesn't have shadows in it. All right, I might take a photo, another photo. I'm gonna take this. What should I take a photo of? Okay, I'll take a photo. Okay, I took a picture of a bunch of cats on my shelf. I am going to edit it, push that AI button. I might try to take one of these cats out. Okay, so it selected the cat. There's, I don't know if you guys can tell. Found it just from me circling it. See if I can just, actually, you know what? Let's see if I can just move it. Let's move it to the right or to the left. Or move it over here, right on the corner. I don't know if you guys could see that. I moved it right there. Let's see if it takes it out and makes it look normal. This also probably works way better if it's outside and it's just one person or something. Wow. See, and it filled it in, what it thinks is behind it. And now it's over there. Let me just show you the original. See? Anyways, you can do things like that. Like if you take a photo and there's somebody standing in the background, you just circle that person. You can move that person around, or you can just delete him, and it will try using AI to like fix what it thinks the background would look like where that person was standing. And I used it a few times today and it worked pretty well. But like you just saw, I used it and it didn't get the shadows for some reason. So, you know, it's still brand new. And for being brand new, it's pretty good. So that is one of a couple things that I really enjoy with this new phone. And it's mostly all software. Hardware-wise, I would say the last year's phone is almost exactly the same. It does seem snappier, faster. It does seem like the screen is brighter, super, like I'm pretty impressed with the brightness of the screen. It looks nice. I hate the cases. Wish they brought back some of their old cases that they had from the last 2 years. Battery life, I don't know. I'm at 78%, and I was at 95% at 3 o'clock today. And I've been using it nonstop all day, taking photos and videos. So I guess that's pretty good. 78% using it, a lot of AI and videos, and it's now 10:38 p.m. So that's pretty good battery. Wait, have I charged it since? No, I haven't even charged it since then. So that's pretty good battery so far. Other than that, there's not really much to tell you. There's nothing completely, anything different than the year before it. I like it. If you're in the mood for an Android phone, I think it's probably the best one you can buy. Now, I've only been using it, 10 hours. I've only been using it for 10 hours. But we could all look at a real reviewer, somebody that's had the phone for a week. Marcus, of course, the great MK. If you don't follow him, follow Marcus on YouTube. Let's see what he's had the phone for a week. Now, let's just watch a little bit of this video. If you want to watch the whole thing, his video is called Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra Review. Why buy anything else? Wow, right in the title, why buy anything else? Let's hear his opening speech and then go to the end of MKBHD.
$1,500 to spend on an Android slab phone in 2024. Why would you get any other phone? No, seriously. Why would you get any other phone? This S24 Ultra has taken the best things from every other ultra high-end phone and stuffed them into one place. So anything that
It
you
is
could
lighter, Greg.
possibly value, it has pushed to the max. And then there's just multiple cherries on top, just sprinkled all over the place. This phone sets the tone for 2024.
All right. That's a pretty good speech from the beginning. Now, let's see what he says at the very end, see if he wraps it up.
I didn't even really mention it's just at the end. Turn that off and save some battery, just like the nice that the AI stuff is mostly kind of tucked away in ways where you don't ever have to use it if you don't want to, but if you notice it and it's helpful to you, bam, turn it on. Could be your favorite feature. Really, the only things that I miss from the Pixel specifically are call screening and now playing. So really the best argument not to buy this $1,300 phone is the fact that it's a $1,300 phone. And the truth is you can get 98% of the phone for much less money. You can see it in Samsung's own lineup. Samsung's own S24 Plus has a 4,900 milliamp hour battery instead of 5,000. It has a 6.7 inch display instead of 6.8. And it drops the S Pen and one of the telephoto cameras for $300 off. And you can get the regular S24 again for much less money with almost as much phone. So you don't have to spend $1,300 on a phone. But if you are going to, and you put the word Ultra in the name and you stuff as much stuff in one phone as you possibly can, this is the one that you should get. This has all the things. It's reliable. It's fast. It does everything. It checks all the boxes. This phone's great. It kind of feels like an ad when I just say all these positive things about the phone, but it's not. Until right now. This video.
So there you go. I mean, he pretty much says, in that price point, if you're going to get a high-end phone, that's the one to get. Now, I love foldables. I have the Pixel Fold or whatever the fuck it's called. I have the Samsung Galaxy Flip. I've had their other folding phone, both two different versions of it. I like folding phones, but all their folding phones don't have the same cameras. Like if this was a folding phone with this technology and cameras in it and battery life, that would be my ultimate phone. But if you wanted the best of the best and you don't want an Apple phone, I would agree with Marcus so far. And I mean, I've been using all these Galaxies for years now, and I would say this is probably the best high-end Android phone that you can get. And the new AI is pretty fun to play with. And, it's still new, and I'm sure it's not going to work all the time, but it's definitely a step in the right direction when it comes to just new stuff. Apple, supposedly, their next iPhone is going to have a lot of AI in it. That's what their next iPhone's going to be like, AI filled, just like everybody else. So just so you know, Apple is supposedly coming out with their version of AI in a phone very soon. So that's it. If you guys have any questions, I will answer them in the chat. If you want any questions about the phone, that is. What do you guys think? Do you guys buy these kind of phones? One thing I will say, though, about is being able to switch to this 100% from an iPhone. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know. They really need to fix the chat, the green bubble, thing. And I heard supposedly Apple is going to do that this year and stop the madness of the green bubble, blue bubble chats. But we'll see if that happens. They brought it up recently saying they were going to do that. That Apple finally kind of was forced to do it because of overseas, kind of like the Lightning port situation. But we'll see if it happens here for real. The AI stuff is coming to the Z Flip by June, by the way. Yeah, and that is another very important, very good thing to remind me about. They did announce that all these AI features, I believe all of them, are coming to the S23 and the flips are the latest phones of Samsung also. So all these updates or being able to do all this AI stuff supposedly will be coming to last year's model of this phone, the green one I have here, and the flips and any recent phone from Samsung. So the reason to buy the S24 over the S23, I guess right now, just because the AI, but other than that, it's a little bit lighter. It probably has a little bit better battery life, but that's about it. The camera, I don't think is better. I think it's equal. So that's true. If you want to save yourself some money, get an S23, but you just won't have the AI for, this person's saying June. So you won't have the AI for a while, but good point. I do like the titanium though. It is a teeny bit lighter. It's not that much lighter though. It's just a teeny bit. Like it's not like when I got the new iPhone, when it switched to titanium, 6 months ago, 5 months ago, whenever it came out, October, I did notice it was lighter. Like I was like, oh my God, this is lighter. This one I don't notice it's lighter that much. I could kind of go, when I'm holding both of them, go, okay. But by itself, I didn't notice it being lighter at all. I mean, just a teeny bit, but not really. Not like the iPhone. I think what they did is that they made it lighter just so they could add more battery, maybe. That's what I'm guessing. Can you do AI tasks without Wi-Fi? Yes, you can, Pooter. It has an AI chip in it. So there is an option that if you go in your settings, you can make it so it does all the AI on your phone instead of using the cloud and your phone at the same time, and you can make it so it's only on your phone, but it doesn't do all the same tasks. Like you might not be able to do certain things without using the internet also. But I think most of it can be done just on your phone. It's in the options. It's like something like restrict AI to phone only or something like that. It's the option. Would the S23 be too big? I mean, they are big phones. I've always been a big phone guy. 3 years ago, I ordered the smaller iPhone instead of the Max Pro or whatever, the bigger one. And I was like, for 1 year, I want to see if I can use the smaller one, the Pro, but not the Max, the bigger one. And I used it fine. It worked great. But I did miss the bigger phone. I don't know. It's just something, everything's a little bit more cramp. Like looking at websites and stuff. And the older I get, the more I want a bigger screen. My eyes are fucked. But the bigger iPhone just feels so small compared to I don't know. It just seems so much smaller. Even though it's not that smaller, just a little bit. It's already big. So when you go bigger and you go box, like the Galaxy S24 and the 23 is just a big box. It's a big rectangle. Where I think the iPhone fits in the hand, it's more comfortable, even if it being big, it just feels better in the hand. I do not like how the S24 feels in the hand. It's better this year because I like the flatness of it, but it's also sharper corners. And if I were to choose, I would still say that I like it rounded edges a little bit more, at least a little bit more. Like these, you hold it in your hand, it doesn't feel bad. You hold this in your hand, and literally, I mean, with the case, it's a little nicer, but you literally have you got a Cybertruck hood digging into your hand, So, I don't know. It's not the most comfortable phone, but if you want the best, most powerful phone, then yeah. Do you use the stylus often? No. But this new circle thing, I've been using the stylus a lot more this time around because of the circle thing. I've been going through people's Instagrams and going anytime somebody's wearing like a cool shirt. Because how many times are you just looking at people's like Instagram stories or their feed or your feed, and you're just like, man, what's that shirt or what's that shoe? And normally it'd be like I could figure it out if I took a screenshot of it and I cropped it and uploaded it to Google. But now I feel myself like I'm excited. I just lay in bed now and just go through people's Instagram feeds and go, that's the thing I was wondering what it was, you know? So I've been using the stylus more for sure. You can use your finger, but there is something nice about going, oh, there's a stylus. This is perfect for circling things in pictures. It is expensive. But if you have a newer phone, the trade-in is good. And, you know, recently they've had some good extra credits and stuff like that. Like they have up to $750 trade-in credit right now. If you have like a newer phone. That's what I do every year. I just trade in my phone, my S23. I trade in for the S24 and so on and so on. I did get the 512. But after trade-in and credits, I believe it was $500 is what I ended up paying for it from just discounts and shit like that. All right. I love Sony phones, but, you know, they're not usually they have good cameras, but that's about it. All right, guys, I do have a couple VR news things that we can go through real quick. I'll keep an eye on the chat if you have any other questions about the Samsung phone. And I will give you an update also. You know, like I said, I've only been using it for 10 hours today. And so far, I'm pretty impressed with it. But I'm also, you know, other than the AI, it's pretty much the same as last year. I don't really notice anything huge or different. It mostly is just stuff that supposedly is coming as a software update later. All right, let's look at some fun, random VR news, including this. I used to play Dungeons and Dragons. I used to be a dungeon master. I had the red box. Do you know what I'm talking about? I had the red box, the first box of Dungeons and Dragons. I haven't played it since I was 15, maybe 14. I haven't played it since then. But I do remember loving it. Anyways, VR is about to get an official Dungeons and Dragons game. That's actually great. And from Demio Studio, which is also great. Resolution Games, developers behind the VR tabletop game Demio, announced it is working with Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast to create a VR game set in the Dungeons and Dragons universe. They don't really know much about the game or anything like that, but this isn't the first Dungeons and Dragons licensed game in VR. Wizards of the Coast partnered with now defunct social VR platform Altspace VR in 2015. Actually brought the Dungeons and Dragons tabletop game to VR for the first time officially. It was only on the platform for a few years, and now it's gone. Great. So we'll be keeping our eyes out for, you know, that. This is just an announcement. And there's nothing really known about anything else other than that, except there's this image right here. Then I thought maybe there would be like a video or something that we could look at, but there is nothing here. You know, maybe a lot of these news stories I should maybe look at before I talk about, because this is a dud. This is a dud news story. Make me smoke more. It's not even packed. All right, God, it's the worst. Max Mustard jumps into Quest lab next month. Max Mustard, what the heck? Why did I choose this? You know why? I think because it just looked like, what is this? Is this like Mario Brothers? This might be fun. His name's Max Mustard. I'm a mustard guy. You guys mustard guys? Do you like mustard? I like mustard. I like a good mustard. I'm German. Anyways, I guess there's a video of it. Let's just watch that. See what happens. It's going to Quest App Lab this February, which is pretty soon. Now I can pack. Wait, did we already watch this? Almost puked. Hot lunch. Oh, God, that was horrible. That was the biggest hot lunch I've ever had in my life. Oh. Oh. Gross. I'm falling apart, guys. I just hurt myself on my chair. Oh, God, that was... You guys know what I'm talking about, hot lunch, where you smoke green tea out of a thing and you clean it out. Right? I scraped it out and tried to unclog it. And I think this has like a bigger hole than it should have. I don't put screens in glass. And I literally, I call it a hot lunch when you hit, it's burning, you're smoking, and then it flies through and there's just like a hot piece of coal goes and hits your back of your throat. Well, I've never had it where I think when I poked it to unclog it, I think it unclogged and all of it just came, like first caught on fire and then literally the whole bowl emptied into my throat. Like I'm saying a whole bowl. That fucking sucked, dude. I almost puked. That was horrible. Anyways, Max Mustard, I don't remember, but that looked fine. I'm upset now. Now I don't even know if I put alcohol in this and didn't put mixer in yet. Yep, I didn't. Wait, did I? Was I just putting... I'm a mess now. Great, that just ruined everything. And now because I just like almost puked, I feel like maybe I can't tell if I put the vodka in yet. God, this is going to be a sloppy ass night, guys. Now from like gagging so much, I think it opened up vessels in my yeah, I put too much. I already... God. What is this? ArcSign is a new physics-based puzzle platformer for PC VR. Let's just watch the trailer. I'm just going to say I like puzzle games. I don't know about you guys. I'm a puzzle guy. A lot of people call me Puzzle Brian. What is this? This is like Fortnite Tetris. This doesn't look bad. Absolutely have no idea what's going on, but it's a puzzle game. So it looks like almost like a platformer, but I thought this was a puzzle game. Oh, that was slow. I bet it's like a puzzle get out of this level. game. It's not like a Tetris. This is pretty cool. This looks. I like the graphics and the style of it. It looks very VR chatty though. That looks great. Wow, that looks nice. Now see, this looks pretty nice. Pretty nice. February 19th. Aww. That's somebody I know. It's, birthday. It's Wiki's birthday, guys. Very cool. So that will be out, I believe, for Oculus. Is that what it was? Oh, God. No, PC VR. That's coming out for PC VR. But that looks like something that could be easily put to Oculus 100%. So that looks cool. And they're not all shitty, guys. Sometimes we do it. Now, here's something I thought that was interesting from the title. New Reality Labs research project demonstrates mind-bending AR capabilities. AR, of course, being when you put a headset on, kind of like what the Apple Vision Pro is going to be, where it has cameras and it's adding like graphics over your vision, and they call that AR. Let's just look at the video. Is this pulled up? Yes. All right, we're not going to watch this whole video, but if you want to watch this whole video, it's on Muhammad Carey on YouTube. It's called Scene Responsiveness for whatever. I'm not reading that.
We present scene responsiveness, the illusion that the physical scene is responsive to virtual actions. Augmented reality integrates virtual content in the physical world. So far, however, virtual content is only placed in the physical scene, but cannot affect it. We suggest to increase integration through scene responsiveness. Scene responsiveness allows characters, such as this one, to manipulate the physical environment. For example, dragging this cart and pushing it down the stairs.
What?
It also allows
Oh,
characters
that's
to
cool.
enter and exit the scene in more situated ways,
Wow.
such as using the physical elevator.
He just, what? How the fuck? That is cool.
The scene can not only respond to character actions, but also to user actions. This time, let's consider the 3 steps it takes to create an illusionary episode. First,
Did you guys see that? Graphics knew that there was an elevator and stairs, and so used the stairs and the elevator. That's fucking cool.
initiate an illusion. The scene responds to user action, in this case a telekinetic gesture to summon the plant to the user's hand. However, consider now the user were to reach out to the dropped virtual object. The illusion would break immediately.
Okay, Trippy123 just says, this is how ghosts are made. I think that's funny, Trippy.
Given the mismatch between the visual and the tactile signal. As a countermeasure, we maintain the illusion by making objects elusive from the user, keeping visual and tactile perception coherent. Of course, the illusion would also break if the user unintentionally collided with the physical object. Therefore, third, we complete the illusion by re-physicalizing the object just in time so that as the user reaches out, visual tactile consistency is ensured again. We call this the daydreaming illusion type.
Whoa.
Scene responsiveness also enables the Copperfield illusion as a second type. Consider this physical chair the user can even sit on. The chair is responsive to the character's manipulation and can be carried
Okay,
around.
I just realized that thing that he threw down the stairs was a real food cart. Wow, and then it took it out of this. What?
But of course,
We're
you wouldn't be
we're
able to
screwed,
sit on it,
guys.
right? Did the user really take a seat on a chair that the monkey just put there? Well, of course not. It was just an illusion. The user did not take a seat on the chair the monkey carried. Instead, the user took a seat on a physical chair that was just hidden from the user's view, but had been there all along. We diegetically transport and align the source object to the target pose. Our evaluation with 20 participants indicated the illusion fidelity lends itself to a magical experience. Scene responsiveness is based on a technique of toggling between the reality states of an object. Given a physical chair, we first remove it visually. Notice how the filled background lines up with the physical geometry and appearance.
Wow.
Then we insert a digital object twin at the physically corresponding
A
pose
twin.
and shape.
A clone.
The digital twin can be manipulated
Insane.
in all ways that virtuality affords.
Do you guys know what's going on? Okay, so if you guys don't know what's going on, pretty much imagine putting this on, and there's a chair sitting right there where this fake chair is at. It will delete that chair. So if I give this headset to somebody, they won't know a chair's there. Like it will hide this chair and make it seem like there's not a chair there. It will do AI live and cover it up so it just looks like everything's normal. Unless the person's about to trip over it, then it will come and like pop up. But then it will have animation where fake people are going around your room putting chairs down, and then you try to sit on this fake chair. Like, look how fake that chair looks, but it's really a real chair. It would just be trippy. You know what I mean? It would be trippy. Like, that would be a fun game. You have your girlfriend in the other room. You're like, all right, put this on now. And you hide certain chairs and items around. And so you don't know what's real and what's not real. And
After scanning in the space on the left and interactable objects on the right, we use a custom Unity plugin to automatically obtain the scene's visual appearance, geometry, and walkable area
you can
semantics
cover up your
to
side
nicely
girl. That's
position
right,
the object
Sasuke.
twins. We annotate receptive affordances and their
Oh my
corresponding
God,
affordances.
what if you can like cover up your side girl in real time in the future? Like everyone's wearing like VR helmets or whatever, masks. You could have your side girl there the whole time. You know, that's the future. I bet that will happen in the future.
Features needed to situate character animations. We also annotate responsive affordances along with the desired scene response upon manipulation. We can develop the character logic like a standard 3D computer game and the interaction logic like a standard VR game. When deploying to the headset, our spatial computing and stereoscopic shading architecture automatically renders it for scene responsive mixed reality, taking care of occlusion, collision, shadows, dynamic path planning, situated animations, inverse kinematics for character grab interactions, and of course just-in-time virtualization upon character or user manipulation, hiding the
That's
object as
insane.
needed. To remove an object, we insert a 3D masking plane, take the background and project it onto the plane, fade out toward the edges, alpha compositing the result with a
Insane.
path layer. Unfortunately, the masking plane also occludes the virtual 3D scene, for example the character and the virtual counterpart of the physical object. Dynamically assigning camera layers, rendering orders, and depth buffer reads and writes, we construct a shading architecture, which provides smooth portals between the physical and the co-aligned virtual space, allowing virtual characters and objects to seamlessly travel between the two. Our shading architecture is coherency preserving and works for multiple objects, even in one line of sight, taking care of occlusions and seamlessly handing over shadows between the physical and the manipulated space.
My mind is blown. I don't know if you guys followed along or if I was just the one that's on too much green tea, but the idea, I mean, this is just, you know, a basic example of the technology, but I'm just imagining 10 years from now how crazy that's going to be. Like when you see these like sci-fi movies or like movies like Matrix and shit like that, like what's real and what's not. This is literally the iPhone 1 of that kind of shit. I mean, this is a good example of basic, you know, this is real basic example. Now imagine this shit in 10 years. I mean, that's scary as fuck. And I just, you know, I always want to be younger. I always think like, man, I wish I could be a kid again. Or not a kid, but, you know, younger. I mean, the older you get, you just go, man, I wish I could be back in my 20s or 30s. But then you see shit like this and this goes, no, I'm good. I like this age. It's going to get really scary in about 10, 20 years. It's a good age. Die right when it gets like, okay, the robots are stealing my shoes. I don't know. Anyways, fun video. If you want to watch it, there's the full video. Scalped Vision Pros are hitting YouTube. The highest one is sold for like 6,000. The other one's 5,000, which I don't even know. It's real. pretty much this article, I skimmed through it earlier, is just saying, you know, a lot of people thought there was going to be a big issue with people scalping Vision Pros on YouTube, but because of how you have to size it to your face and stuff, and honestly, I think, you know, it's so expensive, this is not going to be like the next Xbox, which is great because a lot of scalpers are probably losing money doing this. Anyways, there's only been there's currently 1,200 listings on eBay. But if you look, you can find out that only 44 people have bought these. Not for this price even. Just people buying. Who buys Vision Pros on eBay when you could go to apple.com and still buy it? The only thing is a lot of people want it day one. So that's why you would buy it on eBay. If you go right now and get a Vision Pro on Apple's website, the shipping has changed from February 2nd to March. So not that big of a deal though. These things are selling okay, but they're not selling like iPhones. They're not selling, you know, this is a hard sell for a lot of people is what I'm saying. But here's something crazy. Hell has froze over, and now Apple allows cloud gaming services like Xbox and GeForce Now to be distributed on the Apple Store for all users globally, which will allow these apps to be ported over to the Vision Pro natively. Meaning, this is big. You can now play Xbox games, PC games pretty much, on your MacBook Pros. Now it's all cloud, but the idea that you could do this now on the Apple Vision Pro, this might be like, okay, now we can play Xbox games on the Xbox Vision Pro. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Yeah. Okay, guys. It's been an hour and a half. Is the Kill Tony thing still going on? Is Kill Tony still going? I mean, is that premiere still going on? Nope, it's over. 3 hours. That's a 3-hour episode. Cool. Anyways, guys, if you're new here, this is the part where I take a 20-minute break. We've been going for an hour and a half. I take a 20-minute break, but then I come back and I'm in virtual reality. Ooh, see? That's virtual reality right there. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look at all this virtual reality. Yep, that ain't real. No, but in 20 minutes I come back, I become a woman in virtual reality. And me and my friends just do the same shit. We smoke and drink and hang out and talk and go to a bunch of cool places in virtual reality. I don't know how fun it is to watch. That's why I recommend this for people like, hey, just put this on the background. You know, like if you're watching like I always have something playing on the background, like a YouTube video in the background while I'm doing shit like checking TikTok or working and stuff. I'm one of those guys that likes to hear background noise and stuff. And this is a great background noise show when we come back, because it's us doing virtual reality, and once in a while you could look up and be like, what the fuck are they doing? They're at Disneyland on acid, you know. But if you're new here, please subscribe, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. In 20 minutes, if you check my Twitter or my Instagram, I will be posting a link for part 2. Or if you're just on YouTube or Twitch or whatever, you just refresh your page in 20 minutes. But anyways, grab a drink, take a piss, walk the dog, go take a good look at yourself in the mirror, and then act like you're talking to yourself in the mirror, like on a first date, and try to be romantic and try to kiss yourself. Like try to be like really serious and do it, and try to like kiss the mirror, like, and kiss your lips after like a 2-minute conversation with yourself. Like act like you're talking to like a date, and then when you kiss yourself, see if you can do it. If you can, you guys are you're doing good. But if you can't, if you're like, oh, what are you, gay? And then you punch the mirror, oh my god, dude, go suck some dick. Go suck some dick. Anyways, you got 20 minutes. See you guys soon.